Hi, this is Michael Lindy, and I'm going to be doing my group presentation solo because the rest of my group members couldn't meet with me. So so we chose to study the effects of social media usage and lack of sleep on depression levels. We addressed depression levels in students who had high and average levels of social media use. We also addressed levels of targets who had adequate and inadequate amount of sleep. Other authors have overlooked what could be causing these depression symptoms. They never truly tested the relations between social media use and lack of sleep to be causing students to become depressed. We propose that a lack of sleep and high social media usage in young adults can lead to higher levels of depression. We base this idea off the high levels of depression seen in college students. We found that many individuals in college are not getting a significant amount of sleep. We also found students spending an alarming amount of time on social media. We found that there is a lack of research in the specific college-age students, and that this is a gap we will fill in through our research. Our group organized our variables by making sure that they relate to our research topic. These questions are related to levels of depression, amount of sleep on average that the student is receiving, and the amount of time that they spend on social media. All the participants' answers will be represented equally in this study. We hypothesized that a main effect of target sleep on ratings of depression, such that participants will rate targets who don't get enough sleep, will be more depressed than targets who do get enough sleep. We also hypothesized that students with high social media usage would be more likely to experience symptoms of depression than those students with low social media usage. Lastly, we hypothesized that the interaction between sleep and social media usage would cause students higher depression levels. For our method, we used a 2x2 mixed factorial analysis of variance to investigate the effects of social media usage and sleep on ratings of target depression. We compared sleep average and social media to the levels of depression reported in each student. Our dependent variable was the rating of target depression. The participants involved received 0.3 credits towards the course requirements for participating in the study. Some participants were excluded from data analysis because they didn't answer all the questions necessary. Our first independent variable was the main effect of sleep on ratings of depression. We had a scale that was ranging from 0 to 6. This was a between-subject study because we used data from multiple targets. We manipulated the variable and included it into our vignette by asking questions related to average amount of sleep received. Level 1 is sufficient sleep, level 2 is sleep deprived. Our second independent variable was the main effect of social media usage on ratings of depression. This is a within-subject study. We also had a scale that was ranging from 0 to 6. We manipulated this variable and included it in our vignettes by asking questions related to the average amount of time students spent on social media. Level 1 is 2 to 3 hours of average use. Level 2 is 4 to 5 hours of average use. Our dependent variable is the depression levels reported by the targets. We also included a scale ranging from 0 to 6. This was a between-subject study because it used data from multiple targets. We manipulated the dependent variable and included it in our vignette by comparing the results of the two dependent variables and seeing how they affect the two independent variables, So we started out our study by recruiting participants through SONA. They were randomly assigned to one level of our between subjects variable. Participants gave informed consent electronically to participate in the study. And once they had done that and filled out the demographic information, they began rating the vignettes. So for our results, we believed that participants would rate targets with high social media usage as more likely to receive inadequate sleep, and participants would rate targets with low social media usage as more likely to receive adequate levels of sleep. The reliability analysis allowed us to study the properties of measurement scales and the items that compose the scales. Results showed that participants rated targets with high social media usage as more depressed than targets with low social media usage. Results also showed that there was an interaction between social media usage and sleep. So some of our interpretations is that participants who rate targets with inadequate sleep as more depressed than targets with adequate sleep. And for future directions, we talked about kind of looking at the other aspects of mental health, like anxiety, beyond just depression. So, yes.